Hi, I'm Cherish Mendrick. This is my informative speech for oral communication, and this is my audience. We all have people we love and care about. What if one day they were diagnosed with a debilitating disease that could not be cured and would eventually take over their lives? Thanks to science and new studies, multiple sclerosis can be a manageable disease if detected early on. Multiple sclerosis currently affects 2.5 million people worldwide and 400,000 in the United States alone. 200 people are diagnosed each week. My mom has had MS since I was born. She was diagnosed 15 years ago, and I am her primary caretaker. Informing people and looking at research is important and something I think people should understand because I have experienced it firsthand. In this speech, I'm going to talk about the causes and effects of MS. I'll also talk about the warning signs and their quality of life, along with a few other important statistics. What is MS? Multiple sclerosis is defined as an autoimmune disease that affects the brain and the spinal cord, the central nervous system. The myelin sheath is the protective covering that is formed around the nerve cells. When our body's own immune cells attack our central nervous system, it causes inflammation, which then causes damage to the myelin sheath, then causing the signals to become erratic. French neurologist Dr. Jean-Martin Charcot first made a diagnosis of MS in 1868. There are different forms of MS, one significantly more debilitating than the others. Relapsing remitting MS could have symptomatic attacks that may last days, weeks, or even months. This form of the disease could go into remission and then relapse over and over. Secondary progressive MS will continually get worse in between each attack, and most people will start with relapsing remitting MS, will move into secondary progressive MS within only 10 years of having MS. And last is primary progressive MS. This is the least common form but the hardest. People in this form of MS become afflicted with MS and just continually get worse, usually resulting in paralysis. Symptoms. Many early symptoms that can be ignored but shouldn't be ignored. Common early signs are tingling, numbness, loss of balance, weakness, and blurred vision. Uncommon early signs are slurred speech, paralysis, loss of coordination, and cognitive problems. There are many symptoms that become more noticeable as the disease progresses. Fatigue can be a huge problem the more and more aggressive this disease becomes. Heat sensitivity can cause weakness, muscle spasms in the arms and legs, dizziness, and the feeling of being lightheaded. Impaired thinking, although only 10% will have such impaired thinking that it actually prevents them from carrying on their daily activities. 55% of people with MS will experience vision problems, although it does not normally cause blindness. Speech and swallowing problems will affect some people with MS. And most common symptom is walking and ambulation. Many treatments today allow people to still be able to walk, but in some cases, including my mom's, the individual will become completely paralyzed. Very rare symptoms include difficulty breathing and seizures. Diagnosis. It is unknown what exactly causes MS. Some scientists have said it's a virus and others have said it's a gene defect, or maybe both. An MRI may be able to show lesions on the brain or on the spinal cord in order to try to diagnose MS in the appropriate timing. There are also other tests that can show abnormal nerve reflexes and abnormal pupil reaction. Know that your chances are slightly higher due to a few particular things. Women are twice as likely as men. Caucasians are twice as likely than any other race. Chances are slightly higher if you have a relative with MS, but only by 1 to 3%. Chances are slightly higher when you live further away from the equator, and the reasons for this are still unknown. This disease is most commonly diagnosed by ruling out all the other conditions. Most people are diagnosed between the ages of 20 and 40. Treatments. There's no known cure for MS at the time. There are different treatments that can be used on a long-term basis to slow the progression of MS, including but not limited to Copaxone, Avonex, Betaserin, and Rebif. These are all injections. Steroids can be given to increase the severity of attacks. Other prescription medications may be given to help muscle spasms, urinary tract problems, depression, and numerous other symptoms. Prognosis. Many people who are diagnosed with MS can live completely normal lives. It is important, though, that this disease be caught sooner than later in order to get a plan for treatment. Once the disease has already taken course, there are many things an individual can do in order to manage the disease. Physical, occupational, and speech therapies may help certain individuals with managing the disease. Assistive devices such as wheelchairs, walkers, etc., living a healthy lifestyle through exercise and diet. The MS Society can help with financial sources and support groups. People with MS can live just as long as someone without MS, assuming no other health problems occur. Conclusion. Now you've learned about MS, the symptoms, the diagnosis, and the treatment. This disease can be very hard to be diagnosed with, but with a happy life and a good support system, you can live a totally normal life. When my mom was first diagnosed with this disease, we all thought it would be the end of the world. We finally had an answer of what was happening to her, but it wasn't necessarily the answer we had hoped for. My mom's MS progressed to the point where she is now completely paralyzed and in a wheelchair. She has been lucky enough for it not to have affected her eyesight or her brain in any way whatsoever. She lives at home with us and is well taken care of. Being diagnosed with MS is not the end of the world, and most certainly not the end of your life. We must always remember that God is not against us. He is fully aware of what we can handle.